writing my own sequel. Two-faced people all around, they be equal. 2021, you can never trust nobody. Good and bad thoughts on my mind, they be crowded. Wish a nigga pass his limits, then he see he bought it. Family work hard, but I never catch them found it. Came a long way in my dream, now I be drowned it. Niggas stay dying out here, got some hearts pounded. Multi-talented, my passion, I haven't found it. Yeah, in my home, I was never ever doubted.
Good morning to each and every one. Happy Saturday, bright and early. It's a boy GSC Gov. Back again with another video for you guys. Over the week, because of work duty, I didn't get to come and do a show of that wonderful game that Chelsea played against Manchester United. But we're here today or this morning to give you guys a live show and talk a little bit about the game. And as I said, talk about Chelsea, because I'm going to do a little bit more of these episodes, probably in video content, but I just help. So I said, let me just go live and just do this live. Why? The reason why we, I love Chelsea, to be quite honest. This topic this morning is about why I love Chelsea and how I become a fan. I've become a fan of Chelsea since 1996. And then after I started watching the Premier League, because I used to watch most of the Italian Serie A. So sorry, I got a little bit of because the weather keep going back and forth here. But I was watching Italian Serie A, but Ronaldo from Brazil was my favorite player of all time, to be quite honest. He's my inspiration why I did play the game, to be honest. So after I started watch the Italian Serie A, I used to love watch Inter Milan because of Ronaldo. Wherever Ronaldo go, I used to go, to be quite honest, because I was a fan of Ronaldo. Even though I'm a fan, I love the game, but I was a fan of Ronaldo from Brazil. What he did, he caught my eye to the game. He inspired me to want to be a footballer. So that's when I really become a football fan, to be quite honest. So then I started watch multiple games across the world, and then I see Chelsea was playing. And when I saw Chelsea playing, then I started watch Chelsea game, to be quite honest. So that was one of the first Premier League games I really watched. One of the games that really caught my eye was that Chelsea game. And from then on, this guy was playing there, Frank Sinclair, that they started to say that he got a Chelsea background, so from then on, that kind of even motivate me more to really cheer for Chelsea, because I'm from Jamaica. So, you're going to always want to support your fellow countrymen. So that's when I really started, watch Chelsea week in, week out, because of the former Chelsea player, Frank Sinclair. So overall, I really fall in love with the Chelsea team because of Frank Sinclair. And from then on, I have no regrets. I never look back. I just keep on cheering. I'm cheering for Chelsea before we even started winning titles. That to show you. So it's not about, for me, it's not about trophies, and I want to see Chelsea do good. So I'm gonna always support Chelsea through good or through bad, through good and through bad times. Doesn't matter what. I am a supporter. I will never stop support Chelsea, because Chelsea was love at first sight. And that's some of the relationship that you cannot get rid of. Love at first sight is something different, and Chelsea is love at first sight, to be quite honest. I fell in love with Chelsea since then, and I'm still in love with Chelsea today. This love never stales. This love never, ever, ever go away. So that to show you, I got a story to tell you. how much I love Chelsea. That my first daughter, I told myself my first daughter, I'm gonna give her a name. And I did give my first daughter named Chelsea. My first daughter name is Chelsea. That to show you how much I really love Chelsea. I wanna have a piece of Chelsea for the rest of my life. That I did give my daughter named Chelsea. And she loved that name so much. My first daughter, she loved her name. And the other day I was talking to her and I asked her if she know why she have the name Chelsea. And how she think about the name and if she liked the name. And she were like, yeah, I love my name. And I was explaining to her why, she got the name Chelsea and how that name come about. And she said, I don't know much about Chelsea football team, what you're telling me, but I love my name. So I sent her 2 photos, and because she's still in Jamaica, so I sent her 2 photos and stuff, and we were just having a little conversation. So it doesn't matter where you are in this world, it doesn't matter if you can get to go to the games and stuff. Like, the connection is there for ever supporters. Like people all over the world gonna always, choose an English Premier League team and gonna always love it, love their team. And for me, that's how I become a Chelsea fan. To be quite honest, from way back down in those 1996, from way back down in those days, majority of my life, to be quite honest, I'm a Chelsea supporter. I didn't born in England, but that doesn't mean I'm not a supporter. Said that to said this, like Chelsea fans across the world, wherever you are, I know it's rough and tough for us at this time, but I know better days gonna be coming. To be quite honest, as we said this, we're gonna go in a few little topics about what I think about the ownership. Because what I think about the ownership, it's kind of a little bit different, because in my point of view and the way I or analyze over the last couple of weeks, what I'm sitting back and I'm analyzing the way how the owners operate. Sometimes you have to take a step back to study people or to study the moves that people made, to really understand what's going on, instead of say a lot, just say less and observe. And observant is really good in life, in any part of life you take it. Like sometimes you have to stand back and observe, sit and watch. And that's what I've been doing for the last couple of weeks, try to understand what's really going on. So that's why this topic name, let us talk about Chelsea. You know, if you look on two models, three models overall, I see, and I would say four, because I'll put Manchester City in it. These Chelsea owners are trying to implement four owners, and the four owners that they're trying to implement is Manchester City, Tottenham, Arsenal, and the Red Bull model. And I'm gonna break it down for you why they're trying to copy all four model. Manchester City stable is a stable club with multiple clubs across the world, with a lot of good ball playing midfielders, and with a world class manager. So they're trying to implement the Manchester model by getting many clubs across the world. The Arsenal is with the young players. that stick together and build a core together. So they're trying to inflate the young mother from Arsenal, the Tottenham. The Tottenham motto is they get Pochettino just because they want to build a stadium. And for all the Chelsea fans, which I'm gonna stuck on this one a little bit, for all the Chelsea fans that don't understand, like if you think it's gonna be a free flow, free spending, we're gonna be into a rude awakening because they big project right now that they have to fulfill of on what they signed. But remember, they signed that they have to build a stadium too. So that's going to be our spending for a while. That's why they try to buy so many young players. So instead of they're gonna have to keep on going out every summer and shopping, all these young players gonna come in and refresh the squad, gonna look like a new signing. So if they don't spend, to be quite honest, to buy any players, when Kendrick Pyatt come in, he's gonna be like a new signing. The William kid that they're trying to get from Brazil, when it's time for him to come in, he's gonna come in like a new player. So that's why they're buying all these young players and stacking them, because they're gonna they know that for probably the next year or two, those players gonna be going for like a 80 or $90 million. So why don't get them now and introduce them into the squad year by year? And for me, that's what they're trying to do. That's why they even go for Pochettino, to be honest. So Pochettino was the manager to do what Tottenham did, like to help build a stadium, like no transfer at all. Just work with what you got and try to get the best out of what you got, so Tottenham can build a stadium. And Tottenham should put some respect on Pochettino's name, to be quite honest, because if it wasn't for Pochettino, to be honest, they wouldn't be up there in top four and here and about and even get that beautiful stadium. So they should have some respect on that man's name, to be quite honest. Not saying Pochettino is the best thing in the world, and not saying that Pochettino must stay at Chelsea, but that doesn't help to me and you, to be quite honest, because for what I'm understanding, Amarin is everybody cup of tea, but Amarin is going to Liverpool. Either we like it or not, or we want to hear it or not. And if we want to stick to reality or not, like Amarin is going to Liverpool. So we can write that off. Barcelona is looking for a job. And Andrew Flick, I know for a fact, it's gonna be down to him or Nagelsmann to Barcelona, because if you notice, Nagelsmann already turned us down. So I don't think that he gonna come in for this project again because he didn't like it from day one. So why would Nagelsmann want to come to Chelsea? That's a question for you guys. If you hit me up in the comment section. But why would Nagelsmann want to come to Chelsea when he already turned this project down? And this project doesn't show any massive improvement where we're gonna finish in the top four, or was fighting for top four, for Nagelsmann to come in and say, okay, they're stable once again, so I'm gonna come in. So Nagelsmann ain't gonna come in, to be honest. So sometimes we have to go back to reality. And reality, that's what we have to go back to be quite honest. Look deep down inside and see who's one of these managers that are available that's gonna take this Chelsea job at this moment. Pochettino is here to stay. If you like it, I like it, and we know that Pochettino gonna get one more season, to be honest. And if he do good next season, then they will think about giving him another year or two. But I don't think Pochettino gonna really go nowhere. The rest of the season have to go really, really, really bad for Chelsea to really go into the manager market. I don't think we're gonna make a change in the summer if Pochettino can at least grab a European spot. I think he's gonna get another shot at it. So all these managers that we're blinking to, and Bayern Munich are looking at manager and De Zerbi, to be quite honest. Don't be surprised if De Zerbi is the one that go to Bayern Munich, because Bayern Munich gonna look at it and said, the style of football that he play and with what he get, like they know he can win the league over there. So the only thing that Bayern Munich will worry about is probably the Champions League, to be quite honest. That's the only thing they will worry about with De Zerbi, but they know for a fact that De Zerbi will go to Bayern Munich. Or if the Manchester United job, is available, because you know that Barada, the Manchester City former director, they were in love with De Zerbi and said probably he's the next man to take over from Pep. So don't even put De Zerbi in that conversation either, because De Zerbi right now will more likely looking to go to Manchester United or Bayern Munich. And remember, we said this first on the show. That's where De Zerbi about to head to. I think he's going to head to either Bayern Munich or Manchester United. So what we left with at this time, like, we left with nothing. So I think Pochettino, much as we all was frustrated and said we want Pochettino out, because one of the time I was saying he's not good enough for Chelsea, and for contents, for all the content creators that saying he's leaving at the end of the season, try to rethink that one, because if you see the way the owners operate and the way they're going about business, they're trying to get rid of that 10-year contract. Not contract, the 10-year that they signed, that they can do. They have to build a stadium on all of this. They're trying to get rid of it. They're trying to get rid of it as soon as possible. For what? I don't know. But I guess they don't want to wait that long, so they can start to get their profit out. So they're gonna do whatever it takes to get rid of that contract that they signed when Roman put in the contract that they have to build a stadium, and they have to buy and do all of this for about 10 years, at least spend $1 billion before they can start to take a profit out. So all of this is not it's not just coincidence. It's something that pre-planned, and they already planned all of this, and they already know what they were going to do. And for me, the next thing you're going to see they're going to be pushing for is to get that stadium up and running, to be quite honest. So if we look deep down inside and be honest with ourselves, we can say, and we can look deep and see that that's what they're going for. They're going for right now to get that stadium out of the way, because they already spent that $1 billion. And if you check it out across the women's team and the men's team, they did spend $1 billion. If you check all the transfers, because you notice they were buying a whole bunch of players for the women's team too. So it's not only the men's team. They've been spending money. So spending money, that's what they did. So we always jumping for joy, and this is where we have to be honest and fair with ourselves, because all of us was jumping and celebrating that our owner is willing to spend money. They were spending money, and that was the trick of it, because for everything, there always a catch behind it, to be quite honest. So we always jumping for joy and say, yeah, we're buying players here, we're buying players there, but none of us was thinking about the consequence. And this is the consequence that we're going to have to live with for a minute. Does it right? No. what we can do about it? Nothing, because we cannot go on and sell out all these young players. These young players going to be here to stay. So there's nothing we can do about it, to be quite honest. Then we have to live with it, and live with it. That's what we're gonna do until this get right. Because there's one thing I know for a fact, that at this point in time, like with these owners, we can cry all we want. They're gonna keep on doing what they do, because they, in their mind, they have a plan, and in their mind, their plan is going to work. So all they're gonna say, they're gonna keep on asking for patience. They're gonna always keep on asking for us to have patience. Would we have patience? No. Should we have patience? Probably. It's a 50-50. It's a 50-50 situation, because none of us want to see Chelsea where Chelsea is at this point in time. But there's nothing lasts forever. And we all have to understand that in life, there's nothing lasts forever. The only thing that lasts forever is salvation. So it's always going to get a point where Chelsea going to have a dip. Manchester United have a dip for so many years. Liverpool have dipped for 30 years. Arsenal having dip right now for 20 years. So what's so special about us? Why we're not going to have a dip? We have to accept it. So why keep on stressing yourself and putting more gray hairs in your hair and ruling your day or your weekend? All right, we're always gonna have a time where we're gonna fall off and someone else is gonna go above us. It's just we have to find a way how to go back on top. Look at Barcelona. Barcelona right now, they fall. You have to say they fall from grace. Barcelona have to rebuild after Lionel Messi. So it's little stuff like that. Juventus, they fall off. AC Milan. Look at AC Milan back in the 90s. Early AC Milan was dominating Europe. When you go up against an AC Milan team, like you have to go on with your A game. Inter Milan. Like all of these things are real. All of these things are reality. We look at Ajax. Ajax used to dominate Europe back in the days. Like everything in life got a cost, and we definitely didn't need a rebuild. There's no way we were gonna have Drogba, Lampard, Essien, Peter Cech, John Terry, Ashley Cole, Imamovic. We ain't gonna have them forever. So there's somewhere along the line that you're gonna have to rebuild. Did these owners try to do it too quick? Probably. Did they have a choice? Probably not. So we have to take all these things in consideration. And it take me a while to get to this point where I'm not defending the owners. I'm just staying positive for my club. And the reason why I'm staying positive for my club is because I love my club. And not only because I love my clubs, I have to face reality. For me to have a little peace of mind, I have to sit and think and come and face the reality. And the reality at this point in time, that there's some way down the line we have to fall away. We're going to have to fall off. We're going to have to rebuild and come again. With this toxic situation where they're talking about go protest, and that ain't going to help these young players. It's a different generation we have to deal with. You cannot deal with this generation like how you would deal with the older generation. So we have to take everything into consideration, and that's what we're not doing. I think we're jumping the gun too quick. As a Chelsea fan or Chelsea supporter, and what we're doing is because of the social media. We let rival get into our heads at this point in time. Like rival keep on digging into our brain and put some narrative into our head that's showing us off what we really need to see and really need to understand. Like we go too much with the or think about what someone's gonna say about us. Like for me, I don't care what no one wanna say. I don't give a crap. They can talk all they want. I'm Chelsea true and true. I'm Chelsea true and true. And what when my kids was growing up, when they were younger, I have to when they were young, I have to deal with them softly because I know they're young. I have to help them to grow and to develop. I have to help them to get to a stage where they can balance on their own. So these young players are new to the club. They're young. We have to help them to settle in, not to get too comfortable, but all these booing and all these negativity, around the players that doesn't help. We have to take time out to help these young players settle in, but we still have to let them know that do not get too comfortable. But all these toxic situation in the stadium and online, bashing all these players, none of these players choose to be in this situation. Yes, they could have done better. They could have never come to Chelsea. They could have gone somewhere else and take their career somewhere else. But they choose to be a part of Chelsea. Tell them about the legends that was there in Chelsea. Tell them about them. But don't go over the board criticizing them too much. Don't let them feel like they're nothing. Tell them about the Jogbas and what the Jogba used to do, and tell them try to adapt to this Jogba style, or but we have to know how we do it. And at this time, like, we're let our rival getting too much into our head. So we start to talk a whole bunch of nonsense towards the players. And as I said, Pochettino ain't going nowhere. And nowhere soon, to be quite honest. So all these managers that we're linked with, or we think we're going to get, the only way Pochettino got sacked is if we start to lose too many games. Other from that, he is staying right where he is. Come on, people, hit the like button. Please like, share, and remember to subscribe to your boy GSC Golf on YouTube channel. Pochettino is making some clothes since he turned up at the club, but these last few days, the ones that he's making, when he's trying to say, Chelsea, like he's saying he's come from a different club and it's normal, but that's what I'm saying. And then he's referring to this is a new Chelsea, and it is a new Chelsea, and that's where we all have to start to accept now. This is a new Chelsea, and we know that we want to win. But if we do want to win, we have to have a little bit of patience. We have to help these players to grow their craft, to learn the Chelsea way, and to know that Chelsea locker room is a locker room, that is known for success. Like, let them know that. But we still have to help them to settle in. We still have to help them to grow. We still have to help them to walk. Because remember, you have to creep before you walk. In life, remember, you have to creep before you walk. So we need to help these players to grow. And we have to help these players to settle in. So at this point in time, what is going on is not acceptable. Pochettino make a lot of mistakes. If he can correct his mistake from this game that we watch on Thursday, if he can go on a run on Sunday and do get the victory, and do get that victory, and I think after that, who will play next? after Sheffield. I don't remember if it's Man City, but I think we got a game before Man City. If I'm not lying, our youth team is playing right now too. Um, Let me see who we'll play after Man City. Um, Oh, I'm coming, guys. I'm looking for the. Oh, West Ham already score. Oh, so West Ham won or under 18 nil. So West Ham have take the lead in the under 18 game. That ain't looking good, to be quite honest. It's early though in the game though, but I was looking for the under 18 to pick up that victory, to be quite honest, because you know that our under 18 team have fall off a little bit for the last couple of years. Man City take over a little bit. Okay, I still can't find bless me. Oh, sorry guys. I can't find who we're playing next. It's only showing me the game for tomorrow. All right, men's team. Oh, so we play Everton next. So we play Everton on the 15th. That's the Monday. So after we play Sunday, we won't play again until the Monday against Everton. So if he can go on a three game undefeated run, that will look good for him. And then we come up against Man City, because if we definitely, when I said definitely, I mean definitely, we definitely have to win those two games. To be quite honest, as I said, definitely, because the next two games is against Manchester City in the FA Cup. Then we're going to be up against Arsenal on the 23rd. And then we're up against the Aston Villa. They postponed our fixtures against Brighton. So we're going to have Arsenal and Aston Villa back to back. So therefore, we have to find a way out to get result from those two games. But we're not going to talk too much about that game. Cole Palmer, what a signing! This kid is single-handedly. Are you ready? We want to be honest with ourselves or not? This kid is single-handedly taking this Chelsea team, by the scruff of the neck and pulling them across the line, to be honest. What a player. What a performance. This player is Chelsea player of the season. Both young player and player of the season, to be quite honest. He deserved everything that come with Chelsea name towards it in goodness for this season, to be honest. All the accolades this season should award to this kid. This kid is the Premier League Young Player of the Season. The reason why I said Premier League Young Player of the Season, for people that are going to say soccer is in the Premier League for about 5 years now. So for me, he's not Young Player of the Year. Phil Foden cannot get it either, because he is in the Premier League for so many years. For a kid that first season, full season in the Premier League, like, you cannot ask for better than this. So right now, he is my player of the season, and whatever this kid get coming to him, to be quite honest, he deserve it. Like, he deserve it. I know it's early in his career, and I'm not gonna say that he should be awarded with with a big contract, because no, you don't want to do that too early. But this kid is growing to be the man at Chelsea. And honestly, if it wasn't for Cole Palmer this season, imagine where Chelsea would have been with all these injuries. So he is a player that's gradually growing, and he is living up to expectation. Um, he wasn't even Chelsea first choice. He wasn't Chelsea first choice, but he come in and he's playing his part. And that's all you can ask for. When a player do come in, you only can ask for them to really live up to expectation, and that's what he's been doing. He's been living up to expectation. You cannot take that away from him. And Noni Madueke got Chelsea goal of the month. So he awarded with the goal of the month, and that was a good finish, to be quite honest. It was a good goal. It was. Big up Rich Money Maker in the building. Big up, bro. Big up. Yeah, we need to improve our defense big time. That's what I was saying. Like, I don't think we even need a striker like how we need defense, because we do scoring goals, and scoring goals used to be our problem. But if you notice, like right now at this time, like we're struggling. We're struggling defensively, and that's where I come to this expectation for me right now is for us to really go into the market to really try to get us a defender, because if we don't get a good solid defender, because we don't know what Fofana's gonna turn out to be quite honest, because since he come at Chelsea, he don't even play 4 games. He always injured. Unless we're gonna turn Reece James into a central defender, but we still need defenders. And right now, none of these defenders prove to me that they're good enough. And Thiago Silva is over the line, to be quite honest. If he can't even get game at this point in time, that to show you that he's way over the line. Like his days are numbered. So let the man go off in the sunset, but we need to sign defenders. We need to get the right profile too. Not only just go buy defenders to buy defenders, like we need to get the right profile. None of our defenders right now prove to me that they can oh yeah, we need Levi back, to be quite honest. He's one of our best defenders this season when he's playing as a defender. But when they use him as a left back, it's not that really promising. But we need someone to be on the right though. And Shalaba, to be quite honest, come on and look better than Disasi. I don't know why, to be quite honest. If you know Rich Money Maker, you probably can tell me. But I don't know why they're trying to get rid of Shalaba and they buy Disasi, to be quite honest. Because Disasi don't got the speed. If Disasi was on that game, to be honest, with that Manchester United game in the last couple of minutes, if they didn't take him off, I think we'd have conceded again. Because Disasi is good to cover the inside of the box, but when he's supposed to cover wide, Shalaba got the speed to go out wide to close down play. If you notice when Shalaba come on, he was out there, winning tackles out wide. And Disasi is good when he's inside. He's not good when he go out of his defensive term. He's not good. And Balashil is the same thing too. They're not good on when they go out wide to cover the wing backs. And Shalaba, I don't know if because he used to play wing back, but he's better to cover the wide area a little bit better for me. But the Sassi and Balashil, when they have to cover wide, they kind of lack in that sense for me. I don't know what you think about it, but for me, like, we do need Cole back. We do need a left back too, because for me, Cucurella, it sometimes it would give you a good gains, but he too rational for me, and he don't know how to cover spaces because him and Body Shield get caught out with that one with that throw. How two of your defenders gonna get caught out right there, where that lead to that go ahead goal? So that to show me that our defensive line is not clicking together. We need to do something about our defensive line. The only good player I can say right now is in the defensive line is Gusto. But other from that, right, we're in big trouble. We do in big trouble. Yeah, like Chalobah is really right now our best right-sided defender, and that's just the truth. I know he's coming off that long injury, but I would love to see Levi Colwell and Chalobah partnership, because Chalobah is a little bit more good, better. He's better in the air, not a little bit more. He's better in the air way than what we think, because he's better than Disasi in the air, to be honest. And Balashil is that tall, and I can't believe that he's not that good in the air either. It's not good. It's not good at all to see that we got defenders that tall and cannot, dominate in the air. Yeah, he is changing his mind, to be quite honest, and he have to, because Shalba right now, to mark the spaces and to cover for the wingbacks, is quicker to go to cover those spaces than Disasi. Look at I don't know if you watch and see how Disasi how he plays, like, to cover the box and to block shots. He's a player that blocks shots very well. Like, he can time those very well. But when it come on to one-on-one defending, if he have to go out wide, he's not that good. Like, he's not comfortable defending wide, either because he don't got the speed and he's worrying about the player running behind him, and the same thing with Bali Shield. They're not comfortable of playing out, after leave their central line to go out to cover for the wing box. And that's where we start to have a lot of problems, because they lack, or they're scared to go out there and to get beat. And Chalaba, when he go out there, I don't know if because he played so much with Thiago Silva for the last couple of years, and Aspilicueta, but you can see that he got the experience of knowing when to leave his line and to go and cover for the wingback. And that's what been killing us all season long. Anytime our wingback got beaten, the central defenders they're always too late to come and cover the spaces, and that lead to a cross, especially the back post. If you notice, Marco Corella, the goal, the equalizer, Marco Corella was in the right back position as a left back. Notice, I don't know if you rewatch the game, Rich Money Maker, but if you rewatch the game, you're gonna see that Marco Corella was the one trying to block that cross in the right back spot when he should have been at the back post defending. I don't know why Marco Corella was over there, but that's where Marco Corella was. So you got Mario Guzzo and Marco Corella on the same side. Yeah, that's one of the biggest problem right now that we got, is the defenders don't know how to defend wide, and that's sad, because I'll see Fofana, when he was playing for us before he got injured. He used to work well with Reece James as a right side central defenders. Sometimes you can see that he pick up the ball and go and start to go through the middle to the more to the right, where Reece James, started either drop back or support. So these defenders, for me, is not good enough, and we have to get rid of them. To be quite honest. Oh yeah, I'm not saying Marco Corella don't improve. Well, no, I'm just saying that yes, his height is a big factor. His height is a big factor for real. But I'm just saying, like, the way how they play, no communication is there, and because of the central defenders, I'm not really blaming Marco Corella. I'm just saying that the central defenders, they're scared to go out wide, to defend wide. They're always trying to defend in their boxes. That's their strength. But once they get forced to go out to defend wide, they cannot they cannot. Yeah, to be honest, I think that in this game, I think Gallagher needs to get a rest. You know, or Caicedo, but I don't think that we need both Enzo Fernandez and we don't need both Enzo because they're a physical team anyway. So I don't think Enzo and Caicedo and Gallagher need to start in this game. If Connie is fit enough, to be quite honest, I should play Connie in the 10 and take some of the pressure off Cole Palmer because Cole Palmer he needs someone to give him a hand because if we continue, we're only gonna break him down. So I think I'm gonna tell you something, my rich money maker. You can agree or not, but I don't know. Gilchrist signed a new contract, and if we're doing this financial problem like what we say we are, if they can get rid of certain players, because I don't know if you notice, we do not got any more players to really sell like that anymore. So Gilchrist probably be one of the next players on the list. But for me, Gilchrist look like he's a more solid defender than even Disasi. Gilchrist don't even lose the ball, and I would love for them to give him an opportunity, which he's not that tall. Probably that's why they don't use him. Sports don't use him as a central defender. But you can see that he is a better defender than what we got right now. So I would give him a chance. To be quite honest, I would give him a chance there with the likes of uh, um, Trevor Chalaba, to be quite honest, and see how that partnership work. Because at this time, like, we need if we got those defenders there and they're being conceding so many goals, there's a problem. So we need to give someone else an opportunity, and Gilchrist is one of them. I'm hoping that they don't give him that new contract just to sell him off to wherever, because we're good at that. Oh, the under 18 equalize, so it's 1-1. Daniel score again. That kid been on fire. I think he's on right now. I think he's on about 28 or 29 goals for the season. So it's West Ham 1, Chelsea under 18 1. So it's 1-1 right there. But right now for me, that we still got a lot to do. And as I was saying, Rich Money Maker, if you're still there, I don't think Pochettino is leaving this season, to be quite honest. I think Pochettino is going to be here for next season. The only way he really leaves at the end of the season is if we collapse real bad, where there's no turning back. But other from that, I think he's going to be here next season. I know you said about Ian Matson and his height, but when Pochettino was at Tottenham, Danny Rose was one of his right back, and Danny Rose is not that taller than Ian Matson anyway. So I don't think is the height is the problem with Pochettino and Matson. I think that it was his central defenders. He didn't trust, to be honest. I think if his central defenders was more dominant in the here, he's both of his central defenders, I think that he would have give Ian Matson a chance. But I think because he know that we were struggling, and then probably because Enzo is not that physical at all anyway, and Caicedo. So I think that's the main reason. I don't think it's because of his height. I just think because he just didn't have the rest of profile, to match with him. And I think if Reece James was fit enough and was playing at wing back, then he would have get the chance, because Reece James is very good in the year too. But I think that's what it is. It's a part of his height, but I don't think that is Ian Matson is. Oh yeah, because of you're right. It's a part of the height. The height is a part of it. And his contract, and because it's pure profit. And these owners, as I'm saying, they're trying to not to spend any money, to be quite honest. So that's why they're trying to get all these next big thing, trying to get all of these next big thing out of the way, so they can stockpile them, so they can do something like what Tottenham did. So that's why I think Pochettino not gonna leave at the end of the season, because they do want to build a stadium. And if they really want to build a stadium, what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to start to spend less. So if they can buy all these young players, where they can bring them in, each one every year, bring one or two in every year from wherever they have them or loan them to, that's going to look like a new signing. So I don't think we're going to splash the cash too much anyway. So I think we're going to be financially stable for a minute. That's just my opinion and my view that I view on it. Yeah. Well, you can be right there, to be quite honest, because you can see that Pochettino, even in his press conference, like, he started change. So I think if we do go on the run for the rest of the season, not saying we're gonna win all games, but you can see gradual improvement. I think he's gonna stick around, because what he was saying in his press conference said he risks his reputation to be here, and to yeah. Plus he's not a yes man. I think he was just trying. And to be honest, I think Pochettino is trying to feed. I think he's using this season to gradually get the players to how he want them to play next season. I think he's trying to build a relationship, a bond, so he can have these players just like what they did at Tottenham. Because if you notice, he always saying that his first season everywhere he go never work out well, because he always trying to build a group, a core. So that's why I think he was trying to mismatch in the first part of the season. I think his everything that he done was premeditated. I think he was fitting players in different roles and different system to see, or for them to adapt to different movements or different style of play. I think overall, it's gonna work out, because if you notice, these last days, it's everything changed. Yeah, Cole Palmer love him. And that's why I'm saying that I don't think, and Levi Colwell too, Gusto, Caicedo, Enzo, they all in. The only person that probably not too much in love with Pochettino right now is probably gonna be like Raheem Sterling on Thiago Silva, because they're the ones now he start a job. But all these young players love Pochettino. So for every Chelsea fan that really want to see Pochettino leave, like Pochettino ain't gonna leave this season, to be quite honest. I think they're gonna be in a long summer, because they're all gonna sit there and wait for Pochettino to left, but they're gonna realize that Pochettino ain't going nowhere. That's what I'm saying. All these young players have a good relationship with him, but all these Chelsea content creators, they're following what the rivals are saying and go too much deeply into their narrative. All these supporters, their narrative is to break Chelsea, because Chelsea dominated for 20 years. Manchester United has been bad for 10 years. Arsenal be bad for 20 years. So all these fans, Tottenham never win nothing. So people are going to push narrative. And the narrative that they're pushing, they're putting it into our head. So what we're starting to do now, we're starting to bash our team. We're starting to bash our players. We start to bash the coach, the owners, and everything. But all we got to do is have a little bit of patience. That's my take on it. I was one of them until when I wake up and smell the coffee, to be quite honest, because I know for a fact that yeah, that's true. Like Sterling, the whole entire team have respect for him. Even Nani Madueke, you can see that he's improving. Nani Madueke, you can see improvement. Mudryk, you can see a little. People were saying about the improvement, like he don't improve players, but I don't think that's true though, because Gilchrist, you can see improvement. Parma, you can see improvement. And Enzo and Caicedo, they're both not only midfielders. Like Alavia will do good in it. And for me, like, I'm sorry that I was bashing Pochettino earlier, but right now, like, when I sit down and I rethink of everything, and I go back over the whole entire season, Pochettino do make mistake. Don't get me wrong, he do make mistake, but he do a lot of good things too. He tried his best. And that's the only thing you can ask for. You only can ask for someone to do their best with what they got, and he is trying to make something out of nothing. To be quite honest, after all these injuries that we got, he and he did try. So for me, it's a blessing to know that at least we got a manager that's really, really trying, and he's gonna be there for a minute. Whether we as supporter like it or not, he's gonna be there for a minute. And for a minute, that's what I know for sure he will do. He's gonna be there for a minute. He's not going nowhere, because they want that new stadium, and they're gonna do whatever it takes to get that new stadium. And they want to be competing. So I think that if he can get into and finish 8th, they're gonna look at it as an improvement, and they're gonna look at it and see that where we can build something. And for you, Rich Moneymaker, what do you think about our striking, our striking striker situation? Because for me, I'd rather get a good defender right now than even a striker, because we're scoring goals and we're finding ways to score goals. I just think that we need a better defensive unit. I think we need to fix the defensive line first, to be quite honest. Yeah, you're right because everywhere Pochettino go, you notice he got Dembele, that guy from and Victor Wanyama. Those was his two midfielder, and those two midfielder was there were no little midfielder. They were huge. They were huge. So I think if Pochettino did have a like of Kovacic in this team, before if Kovacic did stay, I think we would have seen a little bit more balance, a little bit more balance midfield from Pochettino of what he want to play. Someone that's robust and physical, even though, Kovacic got a lot of injury, but, you would have seen something different. And I think if they got Ugochukwu could have stayed fit, you would have seen more of Ugochukwu too, because you noticed he was started gradually him into the team. But I think that the mistake that he made though, he should have keep Santos because sometimes you can see that Enzo need a little bit of rotation, and Santos is a really good player. For me is just like Enzo Fernandez, but with a little more speed. He got a little bit more speed than Enzo, and I'm gonna always say that because it's just the truth. Like he got a little more speed. Enzo just got a little more experience on him, but speed wise, he do got it. To be quite honest, because I'm been watching him in the French league, and he's very 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 physically strong too. Oh yeah, you're gonna need a strong with experience. It definitely do. And that's the only thing we're lacking right now is physicality in the midfield, to be quite honest, and in the defensive line. Once we can cover those two areas, I think the goal will gradually come for us because it's not like we're not scoring. We do scoring goals. I don't care if people want to say it's Parma, but it's not only Parma, and congratulations to Parma too, because he kind of break that spell that was on us. He's the first player that to score more than 15 goals in a season for us since Didier Drogba, I think. So that is something that's we need to apply to, because the last player that scored 15 goals for us was Tammy Abraham, scored 15 that season, to be quite honest. And then after that, then we never passed 15. So oh yeah, Enzo is a leader in the dressing room. We all know that Enzo is a leader, and you can see because what he was saying to Mason Mount, calling him a chicken, and was touching the badge. You can see that. That's why I was telling our fans and supporters, like, do not follow the narrative that you hear on social media with all these outlets, because a lot of these people want to see Chelsea fall from a long time. They all want to banter Chelsea because you know that they were bantering Arsenal for a long time and Manchester United. They don't really banter Manchester United because Manchester United is Manchester United. But now Arsenal is on the rise and they can banter Arsenal, so they want someone where they can turn to. And if we as Chelsea fan, go deep and let the narrative take over from rival, like we're gonna have a split fan base, and we cannot have a split fan base at this time because we have to find a way how to unite. And if we follow all these narratives, we're only gonna have a split fan base. So we need to definitely keep a solid ground right now and support the team. Oh yeah, Palmer is a leader, and Colwell is a leader, and you can see that Palmer don't really talk too much. And if you notice with Cole Palmer, he always lead on the field. He doesn't matter how old the player is. He's trying to show them where you want them to go, and he lead on the field by example. He's not scared to take the ball and to drive the team forward and to lead the team. And he's not even afraid to track back either. He played both sides of the game really well as the man right now in the team. And as I'm saying, he is the man. And he deserves every accolades that right now that's coming to his way, because he taking Chelsea and jogging them across the line. And that's what we want other players to do. I would love to see Connor Chukwuemeka with his good in tight spaces. I would love to see that player get some game time right now, to take a little bit of the pressure off Cole Palmer, where Cole Palmer don't have to think that, if it's not me, then there will be no one else, So we need to have few more good players beside him. No, Levi Kohler won't get sell at all. They're both, to be honest, Cole Palmer, Connor Chukwuemeka, the club got high expectation for them. Levi Colwell, if you notice, sometimes he wear the armband, so definitely he is a leader in that dressing room too. So that if they didn't respect them, they wouldn't give him, especially Colwell, Levi, the captain armband. That to show you that he is a leader in the dressing room. And that's all we can ask for. We only can ask for a leader to lead us to lead, and he's being leading by example. But we all want the best for Chelsea, so at this point in time, it's just what best for Chelsea, and what best for Chelsea right now is for us to support the team, and just let the young players let them do their thing. Just support them. Oh well, yeah, well that's good, because all these injured players that we got for the last couple of months, for me, I will just let them sit out the rest of the season if I don't have to use them, to be quite honest. I will let them sit out and recover, and then next season, if the season starts and those same players are still getting injured, then I would consider, sell who got to sell. But we definitely need some consistent from them, especially Reece James, because we do need Reece James, because Malagusto can play left back, because we saw him do it before. So our good is probably our new Aspilicueta. So I wouldn't even worry about a left back, to be quite honest. But if the money come in for Ben Chilwell, I will sell Ben Chilwell, because if the owners sell Ben Chilwell right now, it's for me it's pure profit, because Ben Chilwell didn't buy in this regime; he buy in the old regime, and Ben Chilwell already paid all of his contract. I've already paid off anyway. So anything right now for Ben Chilwell would be most of it would be profit, because his first contract that's already been done with. So remember, he signed a new contract. So I would sell Ben Chilwell if he cannot stay fit, to be quite honest, and keep Marco Corella as a backup. Well, I'm glad to know that, because the biggest part I was worrying about was the medical part. I didn't even know that we got a new guy. I know that they were saying they're offering 200 something a week for to hire a top medical doctor. Well, that would be really great if we can get Reece James fit and ready, for the next season. I wouldn't rush him back, to be quite honest. I see Conte did his surgery, and Conte right now is playing every game, every minute for his club. And Conte, I've been watching a few of the games, and Conte played just the same he normally used to play. So that to show you that something changed. Yeah, yeah, we do. But I'm glad to know that if we do get someone that can help these players, I would go back for this lady though to help the lady that and Jose that they couldn't get along. That lady, I can't remember, Eva or something. I can't remember her name. If it's Eva, I'm sorry if I get pronounce her name wrong. But she was a good doctor for us though, because none of our players used to get injured. To be quite honest, we do get injured, but not like this. She were on top of her game, because remember, she ran out on the field to help. I think it was Eden Hazard, and I think that's when she and Jose got into it. But she was the one that really cared about the players. To be quite honest, so she cared too much till she and Jose couldn't get along, because I guess Jose was trying to kill time, because I think we were leading, or Jose was trying to get his point across the team, but because she got there so quickly, Jose couldn't get all of his information that he wanted across, which I think that was bad from Jose Mourinho anyway, because she have to do her job. That's what she get paid for. She got paid to do a job. So I think Jose Mourinho should have just leave it alone, but that's how it is. We reached the hour mark, and it's 7 o'clock. So thank you, Rich Moneymaker, for being here. We're gonna go over to Chelsea Perspective, because Coach Chiller show is scheduled for 7 o'clock. So I want to go on his panel today. So I thank you, Rich Moneymaker, for coming in and tuning in and being here with me. I really appreciate it. And I hope I see you over coach, because that's where I'm going right now. So thank you. I really appreciate it. To each and everyone that support this channel, I want to say much respect and much love to each and everyone that's in the building. All we got to do, let the blue flags fly high. And I thank the guys for the win on Thursday, and hope we can continue down this path. We all do love Chelsea, and remember, please share and subscribe to your family member, so we can always, grow as a community. All right, bro. I really appreciate it, bro. Thank you for your support. Much love. I'll see you over there.
Coming from a bad place, oh yeah. Tryna be a better me just for you. But it ain't easy, it's hard to get used to. Minding my own business, I'm not worried about what he do. Cause nowadays, all the niggas that be see-through. I always said this is that I'm staying around people. Finding my own path like I'm writing my own sequel. Two-faced people all around, they be evil. 2021, you can never trust nobody. Good and bad thoughts on my mind, they be crowded. Wish a nigga past his limits, then he see he bought it. Family work hard, but I never catch them found it. Came a long way, in my drip now I be drowning. Niggas stay dying out here, got some hearts pounded. Multi-talented, my passion I haven't found it. Yeah, in my home, I was never ever doubted.
On to coach, we go.